Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with
Well, Vaughn.
that guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Let's get scratching.
Lock in, Brews. It's another Speaking Birds. What is up, my brews? My bird booze. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. It's your boy Speaks here. One time. We owed you a post-game pod. I'll take blame for that. I'll take blame for the miscue. Just a little inside baseball here. Usually after the games, we kind of coordinate a little bit. When everyone's going to be at their mic. And I don't know who usually leads it off. I mean, it's sort of a group thing, but last weekend, man, I was post game on the phone, and that ran a bit long. And then I was like, I'm so hungry. I was craving like a cheeseburger. Went out, got a cheeseburger at a local place, and just the day got away from me. And before you know it, sometimes with these things, you got to appreciate when these things do actually happen. These podcasts, because while we all just kind of jump on a Discord and chat, there's timing, there's coordination, and it's when it works out, it's a miracle. All right, so so we owed you a post game. That's my fault, but we'll tighten it up. We'll tighten it up moving forward. From the intro, it's Halloween. It's Halloween night. Yeah, we're doing a solo pod here. I think the fellows will be able to get together at some point this weekend, so we'll lay down a proper pod and get that out for you guys. It's the bye week, so look, we had some wiggle room here. Now, what a game! What a game! The Philadelphia Eagles get their get back against the New York Giants. The Eagles move to 6-2. Giants will move to a lowly 2-6. But you would think the way their fans are acting and their quarterback and their the running back was acting, you would have thought they were undefeated. You would have thought they had a winning record. That's not the case. Jalen Hurts, another solid game, 15 for 20 for 179, 4 touchdowns, and a rating of 141.5. Saquon Barkley got going. 14 carries, 150. He averaged 10.7, 1 touchdown. He had the 65-yard run. Tank Bigsby comes in, little relief hitter, if you will. 9 carries. He hit 104. So 2 running backs over the 100-yard mark. 11.6 for him. His long was 29. So, man, we got the run game going. And in passing, Devontae Smith, 6 receptions, 84 yards on 9 targets. He averaged 14. Jahan Dotson, man, with that great catch. 1 reception, 40 yards, 1 touchdown. Hey, that'll do it. He's batting 1,000, 1 for 1. Dallas Goedert had himself a day. 3 receptions, 28 yards. He averaged 9.3, two tutties, and he had a long of 17. So, man, it was a great game all around. I think the defense played well. And I was just happy with it. But before we move any further, let's go ahead. I have this. I have a light lager. I don't know why I'm whispering right now. It's from Bottle Logic, and I love the things Bottle Logic, the things they do over there. It's a brewery. I believe it's down in like South Bay area, Torrance. I think I've been there. They do a lot of collab brews. Like they're really open to that. This is Logic Light. It's clocking in at 4.2 ABV. This, man, I'm hearing kids screaming outside. I hope everything's all right. This is a What was I saying? Oh, this I've seen this can around, and it's stared at me for a couple of years now. Not the same can, obviously. Let's hope not. Anyway, let's see the expiration date on this. Now that I've said that, I mean, surely this is not the same. Why am I even entertaining that, man? So this is a light lager here on Halloween night. Let's do it. Ooh, that's good. Oh boy. Oh, it's times like this. You're like, man, you stare. It's like going into like an a puppy adoption. Like what do they call it? The Humane Society. You go in there and man, they're just, the puppy's looking at you and it just feels right. You got to adopt the puppy. That's how it was with this beer. And I'm thinking to myself, man, all those times I could have just picked you up, could have taken you home, and it would have made my life better. We could have been together. Man, this is a great freaking brew. It's one of those lagers where it's still got that sort of hoppy bite, but it's not too intense. Man, that's a great. I love Bottle Logic. That's a great beer. That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Man, I don't know, man. I could say, man, it's perfect for fall. One thing I do have, I think I've been on record. I'm a seasonal guy. I like to dip my toe in the seasonal things. Got some Southern Tier pumpkin in the fridge. I went out. You can get it now, but I remember back years ago, you could. It was only regional to where you could pull some of that, but it's pretty everywhere. Once it travels from upstate New York to Los Angeles, I don't think there's anywhere in America you can't get it. But got some of that, so I'll indulge with a pumpkin beer for the season, for the day, for the holiday. All right. Oh, we got to rate this bad boy. Give me 1 second here. Let me just look at something quick. I'm trying to get, so the Dodgers are on. I was watching, then it went away. 1 second here. This is great podcasting. Let's just be with each other. You know, we don't need to talk, guys. If you're listening, let's be with each other for a minute here. Give me 1 second. Man, think about how your day is going. What went well? What didn't go well? What could you do to improve? What could you do to improve on your day? What goals do you have? All right, let's get this bad boy up here. Why are we messing around? This isn't a David Goggins podcast. All right, let's see. Boom. Man, so, okay, Dodgers are, they're down in the series. Toronto, if Toronto wins, they win the World Series, there will be no Game 7. Now, I don't know, I've been on record, obviously, liking the NL team, the Phillies, kind of root against, well, I don't know if you root against every NL team, but, and then it's like the Dodgers, you're living in Dodgers country, and you're kind of, I teeter between like sort of, hey, they're locals. I know a lot of Dodgers fans and like good for them. I want them to win. And you're kind of rooting for the local team. But then I'm like, I don't know. They're like obnoxious the way they spend money. And it's like, there's a lot to root against. There's a lot to root for, I guess you could say. But they are up in this game 3-1. See if Toronto can make this a ball game. But I'm rooting for a Game 7 because if you're any sports fans out there rooting for a Game 7 on a Saturday, please. Yeah. So the big news out of trade rumor this week. there was a report that the Eagles are in on Myles Garrett. It must be October. It must be late October. If the report is out there that we're interested in Myles Garrett, and the report stated that we were trying to offer up 3 first-round picks for Myles Garrett. So there's a couple lines of thinking here, and I don't want to jump too into it because I think on the weekend when we get the whole crew together, we'll definitely talk about it. But sort of my stance. At first, I was like, "Oh, 3-1s, that's crazy." You don't want to do that, and rightfully so. However, as I was thinking about this more, you get a player like Myles Garrett. That's a centerpiece for your defense. I mean, that's the shiny object. You build. I mean, you put that up on the mantle. That's amazing. He would definitely. There's no doubt about it that we are a way better team and super. I mean, that kind of shifts you because like right now you got Green Bay, you got Detroit. Where do the Eagles stand in this 3-person race, 3-team race, right? I think that would catapult you to the favorites. This guy is incredible. And so you think about the 3-1s and you almost, hey, we can't do that. We don't want to do that. That's too much. Think about it this way, that those first rounders are likely going to be late first round. If we continue to win, we're going to have late first round picks. So let's ship them off. And not only that, I think AJ Brown's going to get moved in the offseason. I don't think he's going to get moved before the deadline, although I did go on a anti AJ Brown rant to the show chat on Sunday night, and I'll bring that up when we all get together. I don't think he's going to get moved before the deadline. We just can't do it depth-wise at wide receiver, and our chances of everyone's saying it, like the chances of repeating in the Super Bowl just exponentially go down. So we're not doing that. But in the offseason, I do think he's going to get moved, and I do think we will get a second-round pick for him. So think about that. You ship 1 first-round pick off. You're getting a second round for AJ Brown. Then you got to think all these guys need to get paid. Like all these, you got the Nolan Smith. You're gonna have Q. You're gonna have Coop. There's gonna be money. Eventually Campbell. I know he's a rookie, but you got to think about these things. And so I don't know. Maybe Howie thinks about it like, look, I mean, if we can maneuver ourselves in the second round to get the guys we want to get, and maybe not have the first round contract money on the books, like that might be a positive. Some teams, their first round picks might not hit, or they might not have to give big contracts, but we will, because all our picks, we went on a little run there where our picks were hitting pretty good with, we forgot to mention Davis, Carter, so yeah, all these guys. So maybe they're looking at it like that, to where, hey, we can like maneuver around. We have some, later picks and, some late round picks in the draft, and how we can maneuver. He can trade up, he can trade back, he can really finesse that. So as I started to think about all these variables, I'm definitely not sheepish on the 3 first round picks as I initially was. For a guy, and preface this, we should have prefaced this by saying that Cleveland is not trading Garrett. That's not going to happen. They're not moving a generational. I mean, the best player of their, as far back as you can remember, they're not trading this guy. At least I don't think. But for this hypothetical, and if there's a situation out there, I don't know. We'll think about it. Another trade news: Eagles did pick up Michael Carter II. He's a nickel out of got him from the Jets. Now, people see this and they think corner, and they think, our problem, the corner problem is solved. No. He's a nickel. He's never played outside, and he's got stuff to prove. This isn't some bona fide player that we got. So, it'll probably point to seeing more Coop on the outside. Anytime that's brought up, it's just a big eye roll for me. It's a balance. Now, obviously, Nick and the coaches, Vic, they know better than I do sitting here watching the Dodgers drinking this Bottle Logic. Dangerously smooth. We didn't even rate this. Give me 1 second here. That's a 9-1. That is a 9-1. And I'm not even scared. I'm not scared to say it. That's a 9-1 right there. All right. Obviously, they know more than I do, right? But yeah, I had to say that twice. Obviously. Okay, listen. These coaches know more than I do. But seriously, I don't know. I mean, you have to balance what you're getting for moving Coop to the outside versus what you get when he's in nickel. And, these will only be certain packages. We're not talking about fully shipping him off to the outside corner position, but I don't know. Like nickel, you'll still see him inside, rundowns. I think you'll still see him on the inside, but I don't know. And then you have, Dean's back, and Campbell's snaps have been cut like by a 2/3, half 2/3, stunning his development. He's playing edge. I mean, was that because we were thin at edge? I don't know. We'll see. There's a lot of Vic Fangio. He likes players to just come in, know a position, and play it. He doesn't really like musical chairs too much in the defense. So it's interesting to see how this is going to play out. But they did pick up a nickel cornerback. So we'll see how that plays out. And then again, he's not the answer, I don't think. But it is some depth. And they didn't give up much. They gave up, what did they give up? John Mechie, and I think it was a sixth for Carter and a seventh, I think. So, it's just a Howie move, right? Like, you don't really give up much. You kind of swap a player that's on the outs anyway, and pick up, potential, answer to your problem. So look forward to that. And, we'll see. I don't think there's a huge splash. I just don't. I mean, I think with BG unretiring and joining the force, and Nolan Smith, they're looking to get Nolan Smith back. I don't know. I think they're content, which I don't like. I would still honestly, I'd still be picking up the phone and looking at like a bona fide cornerback too, if I'm being honest. But who knows? I don't think there's a ton out there. But we'll see that there's talk. There's a guy, Chubb from the Dolphins, Jalen Phillips, I think from the Dolphins is brought up, but we'll see. I think they're not. These aren't going to be splash moves. I think we're kind of done. I think the phone is cool. But yeah, that's where we're at. We'll dive into this more. I think when the boys can get together this weekend. But man, it's Bottle Logic. Oh man, I have no candy. I have no Halloween candy. I never look out for myself. There's no candy around the house. Trick-or-treaters aren't coming up here. So there's no reason to get candy. But I should have picked up a Reese's. I gotta say, I mean, speaking of candy, Halloween candy, I think Reese's reigns supreme. I know it's not a hot take by any means. I think if you poll 10 people, what would you say? Out of 10 people, I don't know. I would say half. I think half. I was gonna say 60%, but it seems because you always got people that are throwing curveballs. It's like I like nerds ropes. So what is that? But man, Hershey's. It's gonna be pretty sweet. Got a pumpkin, got chili on the oven. Man, made a mean chili. Just your basic chili. I didn't get cute. Didn't get cute today. Just your basic run of the mill. Brown up some ground beef, some seasonings. Yellow onion, green pepper. Put an orange pepper in there. I got an orange pepper. If I make chili on Halloween, I'll do a little nod. Get myself an orange bell pepper, some Anaheim chili, cut that up, saute that up. And then you just put your tomato in there. Pretty basic. And then you can accessorize however you see fit. Maybe a little sour cream. I was at the East Coast. I was at the East Coast like it's a shopping mall. I was at that East Coast over there. I traveled to the East Coast a month ago, and we have some Vermont cheddar. Ooh, from a farm. So we got to use that. So we're gonna shred that up, put some Vermont cheddar on this bad bowl of chili. All right, it's looking like the top of the ninth. Still 3-1. Unless the Blue Jays do something heroic and just kind of snatch the World Series out of the jaws of defeat. It's looking like Game 7. Looking like a Game 7. All right, well that's where we're at. Eagles are 6-2, and it's a bye week. When we get back, we're going to Lambeau. Man, it's gonna be a rough 3 weeks. I think. What was that stretch? Man, I can't even remember. We talked about it last year. I think it was like the Baltimore. Man, it's gotten away from me, but the Baltimore was definitely in there. And maybe it was. Man, I can't remember. I know it was Baltimore's one. It was like that stretch. It was like, we're gonna find out who this team is. Are they contenders? Are they pretenders? I can't believe I said contenders or pretenders. But seriously, you're really going to find out who this team is in the next 3 weeks after this bye. We go up to Lambeau, then I think we have Detroit at home, and then we're away at the Cowboys. So yeah, it's gonna be a stretch, and hopefully we come out of it, put this Rivian down on the track, and make a run. And I feel good about it. I feel really good. But yeah, let's hop out of here. Get back to whatever you're doing. Thanks for popping in real quick and spending some time with your boy Speaks. We'll see you soon with the fellas. Enjoy your Halloween. Go Birds.